Western University makes sure all its students are included by providing signs like this around campus. Places labeled as safe spaces let everyone passing by know they are entering a place where everyone is accepted and welcomed for their age, ethnicity, sexuality, gender, and other factors. Pride Western coordinator Jesse Randall says the university is doing well so far with providing safe spaces.
We all have more to learn when it comes to safe spaces, but we're doing our absolute best and welcome people of all walks of life into that space.
Hi! So, you might know me as that girl who really hates thin women. Which is funny. Don't hate thin women. Recently, actually it wasn't that recently, it's just been reblogged that lately. I made this post in response to a person who denied their thin privilege and essentially called me an angry fat bitch. Well, although true, is not necessarily entirely true. See, the thing is, I might be fat, and I might be angry, and I might be a bitch, but thin privilege is a real thing. For instance, I'm fat. Because I am fat, there is a whole list of things that happen to me that don't happen to thin people solely based on my size. Now, I could go over a huge list and tell you of all the ways that I get treated like shit because I'm fat, but I really don't have the time, and quite frankly, neither do you. Thin women can be made fun of. Thin women can be made to feel shitty, but they do not experience institutional, cultural, or individual oppression because of their size. They may be called twig thin, but they will never be made to pay for 2 airplane seats. They will never be made to be a symbol of grotesqueness, of laziness, of general unsexualness. They will never be seen as undesirable and used as a symbol for that. Their bodies will be seen on magazine covers, their bodies will be seen in the media, they will be equally represented and held as the standard for beauty. Fat women don't get that. I don't see people like me in the media, and when I do, it's watching Pitch Perfect when Rebel Wilson says, "I'm horizontal running," because apparently fat people are incapable of being active. Which, I don't know, that's not true for me. I don't think it's true for a lot of fat people.
Hey guys!
Hey!
What a jerk. Clearly, there are not only guys here.
I'm not sure if I should be offended or just correct him. But I don't want to be that girl.
Super awkward.
Oh, wow. Did I just say that? I hate it when I do that. Well, I can't say ladies, like, hello folks? I would never say that. I could say each of their names, but ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm Cecily. I'm a writer. I am very interested in popular culture, digital culture. I'm a bit of a pop culture snob. The fat acceptance movement is just a population of people who either are fat and have accepted it as okay and not inherently problematic, or people who are not fat who also accept that notion and who support the rights of fat people to exist and have success and happiness without stigma. I think that that's been one of the most helpful things, is that people can see themselves just living life and enjoying the things around them without having to be consumed by this notion that their bodies are holding them back. So much of the stigma about fatness comes from outside sources. It's years and years and years of conditioning about what is wrong with fatness and what is wrong with being in a fat body that needs to be laid out on the table and unpackaged for what it is.
What does a safe space mean to me?
To me,
what does a safe space mean to me?
It means being able to have a space where you feel comfortable.
It's a place that welcomes me, no matter where I come from or who I am.
A place where I can feel vulnerable enough to share some personal experience.
We live in a culture where being fat is seen as being a bad person. Lazy, greedy, unhealthy, irresponsible, and morally suspect. And we tend to see thinness as being universally good. Responsible, successful, and in control of our appetites, bodies, and lives. But we must question it, because the enormous value we place on how we look affects every one of us. And do we really want to live in a society where people are denied their basic humanity if they don't subscribe to some arbitrary form of acceptable.